And I felt myself doing that quite a lot. Or not even just that, also just the YouTube recommendations. Like there's so much, and so many videos recommended, and I get choice paralysis, or I just keep on like scrolling for recommendations instead of actually like doing something. Doing something it's not that difficult to just stop and do something when you really think about it, but you need to really, really want it. One of the sounds you've been hearing just now is something on my desk. Everything you've been hearing now is something that is right here at my desk. Something that I should be engaging with, or that I want to engage with, instead of falling into the trap of scrolling YouTube endlessly. I have a video game here which is still sealed. I haven't even opened it. I'm not a sealed collector. Sealed collectors do not exist. They are not people. They do not deserve basic rights. Maybe that's taking it a little too far, but I really don't get sealed collectors. What's the point? Anyway, I found this DS game. You can still find sealed DS games in 2025. And it's kinda difficult to get this one. I don't know how I managed to get it sealed, and for that price. I won't go too much into detail in terms of the whole state of the market, but it's not looking good. In general, I mean, for DS games specifically, it's alright, it could be worse. If you're not a Pokemon fan, there won't be too many games that will cost you a fortune. But yeah, there's this one thing right here on my desk that I should be engaging with more, or at all. Another thing is this little retro handheld thingy I got, because I wanted a good way to play Game Boy Advanced, and this thing is capable of way more than Game Boy Advanced. It can also do PlayStation 1, so I played the original Crash 1 with it, and it was really fun, and a lot easier than I remember. Did not do 100% because I am not a masochist. At least not to that extent. Either way, this is also something that I should be doing more instead of falling into the YouTube trap. The boot up time on this thing though can make it a bit difficult. It doesn't take like an eternity, but it's still just a bit too long for my liking. I installed a different custom firmware which makes the load time a little bit faster, but only a little bit. The default custom firmware was, I don't know what it's called, it's usually just referred to as stock OS. It's what all Android devices come with. I got an sunburning device. I got the one that you can clap in or fold in, you know, like a DS, or it's more like a GBA SP shape. I'm absolutely loving it, but I should really be playing more of it. The custom hardware I decided on is Moo OS, and it's still a bit too slow for my liking. I especially don't like how I have to restart up screen. There's still like a black screen for a couple of seconds before you actually get thrown into the game. That's how I've configured it. I made it so it directly throws me into the last game I was playing before I turned it off. Another nice little thing I got here on my desk is my old phone, Smaznik. I wish it was in an actual Smaznok. I love the Smaznok off-brand memes. Like, you know what I'm talking about, the TV where everyone thought it was a fake, that it doesn't exist, but nope, Smaznok TVs actually exist. I don't know if Smaznok phones are a thing though. This is an old one though, and it has a couple of stickers on it. It has this interesting texture, which, I don't know, from afar, it's kind of like very small fish scales, sort of. Maybe not exactly that, I don't know. It's the Galaxy Young, and I've been using that as my MP3 player, and I should really be adding more songs to it. And getting a bigger SD card, 4 gigabytes are not much. And the internal storage is no option. This thing barely has any internal storage. But at least it makes some pretty noises. If you go over the case with the weird texture, or not the case, just the back of the phone without the case on it. Because this phone just doesn't break. They really don't make them like they used to. Like, I remember like throwing this at someone when I got a little angry, and it still worked after that. It still works till this day. I was a child at that point in time, okay? I don't know for how long I've had this phone, but there was a previous owner, so it for however long I've had it, it is quite a bit older than that. And I also have another older phone. But you know, I could also do some fun things with it. This one's a Sony Xperia. I don't know the exact name of a model, but I found it in a, you know, the German equivalent of a thrift. I don't really know what these kinds of stores are officially called. Yeah. Surprisingly, the battery still works. Unfortunately, it does not have a swappable battery, or, you know, user replaceable battery. And one weird thing I've noticed is that the SD card slot is kind of weird in this one. I think it's intentional. That you need to also plug the SD card slot after inserting the SD card, because it doesn't like click in like in modern devices, which is strange because it does click in on my Galaxy Young, which I'm pretty sure is older than that Xperia. The Xperia was $5, by the way, in case you are wondering. games and I didn't notice the Xperia. I really like old tech. For whatever reason, I haven't really found a video format which works with my Galaxy Young, because I could theoretically use this as a portable media player, but it can't really do more than MP3s at the moment. However, my Xperia, it does work with videos. I load onto the SD card, so I've been watching some anime with it on some train rides. And I could also use this to have a more authentic experience playing older games. But it's kinda hard to find stuff that runs on an Xperia. I do have the original Subway Surfers. I picked the oldest possible version of this game I could find, and I don't know if it's just because of a version, if it wasn't optimized well. But yeah, it has a few like frame skips, or is that what you call it? I don't know. It's not unplayable, but it's definitely noticeably choppy. But I have like 20,000 something gold, 10,000 more, and I can get the final jetpack upgrade. And I also want to, max out this core multiplier. This is my Subway Surfers machine, basically. Once I'm done watching anime, there's no more episodes I've downloaded. I've watched all the ones I've downloaded, and I just simply turn on Subway Surfers, because otherwise I'd probably get stuck on some social media app on my phone. That's why I don't check my Discord often. I tend to just get lost in these kinds of apps for too long. So I'm just, I'm just not gonna open this one today, and then many days go by, and oopsie, I haven't been on my own Discord for a month or so. Sorry, by the way. Also, I do not know if you can even still hear sounds. Because all the sounds were pre-recorded, and I got no idea for how long I've been talking now. I'll record a couple more if I've been talking for too long. Either way, one thing I highly recommend you to do is maybe set a timer on your phone before going onto any social media app. I've been doing that now, and it's been working fairly well most of the time. So yeah, I'll be probably recording more sounds now for this video, and you are hopefully going to have a good night and sleep tight and get off of that app. Night night. As always, thank you to the Patreon people, in case you exist, which would be awesome if you exist. Existing is a very cool thing, especially on my Patreon.